Hi guys, welcome to this week's Lift-In Talkie Bit. I hope you're all doing as well as you possibly can be. So my plan was that we would do this on Wednesday night as part of a Zoom meeting, but unfortunately nobody could make it. So I've decided that I'm gonna record this for Wednesday night, publish it on Sunday, and that we will try again with another Zoom meeting this Wednesday. I will send out invitations on Tuesday, so it's close enough that you've still got the email near the top of your inbox, and you've got enough, but far enough away that you've got enough time to know that it's going to happen and it's not going to come as a huge shock. So I'm going to start by asking you guys an icebreaker question. And if you want to comment in the comment section below, that would be absolutely fabulous. Okay, so my question is this: have you ever made a big effort to see or to do something? What was it like? And were the results worth all the effort? Now, to give you an example of this, me and Sylv, we live beside quite a busy road, and cars shoot past our road at like 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, faster than they're really supposed to be going. Ben and Josh love to go biking, and they love cycling, and they love their bikes, and that's great, and that's wonderful, but it's really, really scary to watch them cycling, even on the pavement, even with a helmet on, whilst there are nutters driving up and down the road at 40 or 50 miles an hour. So what we tend to do is we go cycling away from home, and this requires quite a lot of effort, because it requires that we actually have to take two cars. I have to put roof bars on one of the cars, and then I have to put mine and Sylv's bike on top of one of the cars with the roof bars on, because the boys are now cycling so fast that if we were to do that, we'd have to run to keep up with them. Not dignified, not something I really want to do. So it's a lot of effort, because I've got to put their bikes in one of the cars, and then I've got to put the roof bars on top of one of our other cars, and then I've got to put the bikes on top of those roof bars, and then we get the boys and one parent in one of the cars, and then the other parent has to drive the other car, and then we drive, and then we get there, and then we have to take all the bikes out, and we have to take the bikes off the top of the car, and then we go cycling, and we have a great time. We always have a great time. We tell jokes, we sing songs, we try and notice animals that we see. So we'll see a lot of squirrels, we'll see ducks, we'll see deer, we'll see whatever we can see. And then we come back and we have to put all the stuff back. So it's a lot of effort, but it's really worth all the effort. So my question to you guys is, have you ever had to make a big effort to see or to do something? And what was it like? And were the results really worth all the effort? Now, that's our icebreaker opening question. Just thought it'd be interesting to ask that. My next thing is a challenge, okay? So what I want, you may notice the pile of cushions beside me. Now, what I want us to do is to try a little bit of a challenge, and it's this: I want you to see how long you can hold your arms out like this, okay? Now, you may only be able to hold it out for 30 seconds, which is fine. You may only be able to hold it out for a couple of minutes, which would also be fun. You may be able to go for like 5 or 10 minutes, in which case I think you're some sort of Superman. Okay, I've been doing this for a little less than 20 seconds. My arms are feeling fine, but it's not a fun position to be in. Now, if you're finding this really, really easy, what you can do is you can make it a bit more difficult by sticking some heavy cushions in your arms. Okay? And let's see how long you can hold that. Comments in the comment section below. Be interesting to see how long people can last. And if you get... don't lie. Okay. Okay. The last thing that I want to say, and I should have said at the top, is that the child has escaped the Mandalorian again, and he is playing hide and seek. He is somewhere in this room. If you can spot him, put a comment in the comment section. Just be interesting to see if you guys can spot the child. So this week we are thinking about Zacchaeus. Now you may have heard of him. You may know a few things about him, but his story is in the Bible. So handily I have one here, and I'm going to read it to you. Now it's in a book of the Bible called Luke, chapter 19, and I'm going to be reading verses 1 to 10. So if you want to pause the video so you can find a Bible so you can follow along, that would be great. If you just want to listen to me and enjoy that, that would be great as well. Okay, so it's called Zacchaeus Meets Jesus. Jesus was going through the city of Jericho. A man was there named Zacchaeus, who was a very important tax collector, and he was wealthy. He wanted to see who Jesus was, but he was not able because he was too short to see above the crowd. He ran ahead to a place where Jesus would come, and he climbed a sycamore tree so he could see him. When Jesus came to that place, he looked up and said to him, "Zacchaeus, hurry and come down. I must stay at your house today." Zacchaeus came down quickly and welcomed him gladly. All the people saw this and began to complain, "Jesus is staying with a sinner." But Zacchaeus stood and said to the Lord, "I will give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anyone, I will pay back 4 times more." Jesus said to him, "Salvation has come to this house today, because this man also belongs to the family of Abraham. The Son of Man came to find lost people and save them." Okay, so I've got some follow-up questions from this story. So if you guys want to answer these questions, if you answer in the comment section, and that will be fantastic. So, why is this story in the Bible? Why do you think that Luke wrote this story down when he was writing his account of Jesus' life? Okay. Question number 2. Why does God want us to know about this story? Okay. So, I mean, yes, Luke wrote this story, and it's a brilliant story, but when they were deciding which bits they were going to put in the Bible, why did they think that this was a good story to... Why did God inspire people to keep this in the story in the Bible? Question number 3. Who is this story about? Is it about Zacchaeus? Is it about Jesus? Is it about the onlookers? Is it about us? Just a few questions to think about, mull over, see what you're thinking. Okay, so I think this passage challenges us about our judging attitude towards others, our self-worth, and our assumptions of Jesus. Okay. Zacchaeus seems to be very aware that Jesus had something he needed, and would go to great lengths to find out what it was. He seems to be a man of high power, but no influence outside of tax collecting. Not only was he not highly regarded, he also didn't consider himself above climbing trees in order to see who this famous Jesus was. So something that happened when I was young and I was living in Manchester, Manchester United won the treble for the first time. And the city of Manchester went absolutely bananas. Well, the red half of it went bananas. And Manchester United, the team at the time, they did this tour of Manchester. They started south of southest point of Greatest Manchester you can get, and they basically, in this big open top double decker bus, went from there all the way up to Old Trafford, which is a couple of miles outside of the Manchester city centre if you've never been to Manchester. and people went absolutely bananas, and they lined the main road. It's called the Chester Road because it runs from Manchester to Chester. Okay, and they lined this road and they went absolutely bananas. People were waving flags, and important people made themselves look a little bit silly whilst they were doing it, because there were people climbing trees, something that you kind of expect kids or teenagers to do, not something you expect fully grown-ups to do. So he didn't consider Zacchaeus, who was an important man, even if he was really, really disliked, didn't consider himself above climbing trees in order to see this famous Jesus. Okay, so with all that in mind, another question for you guys. What kind of figure was Jesus 2,000 years ago? Follow-up question, can you think of a modern day equivalent? Okay, I've got a few more questions for you guys. What do you feel is the most important part of this story? Can you identify with any of the characters in this story and why? What is Jesus doing in this story? And what difference might this story make to your life today? That is the end of the Lift In Talkie bit today. As always, if you guys have any prayer requests or if you need anything, you've got my mobile number, you've got my email address, you've got the Church St. Mary's Facebook page. If you guys need to get in contact with us, you can. We're always very happy to hear from you. If you want to write a comment in the comment section below, that would be absolutely great. If you can remember to, after you've watched this, to like and subscribe, that would be even better, because when I post new videos, you'll be able to, you'll get a notification saying Mark has posted a new video. Thank you so much for listening, if indeed you still are. Take care, guys. God bless. Bye.